The following is a production of Learfield Sports.
In the last week, the Wisconsin basketball team concluded the non-conference portion of the schedule with a victory against Buffalo. And then on New Year's Eve, Bo Ryan's group opened Big Ten play with an 89-72 victory against Penn State. Good shooting for both teams. The Badgers end up with 4 players in double figures, led by Frank Kaminsky with 18 points and 14 rebounds. The Big Ten schedule rolls on. The Badgers playing at Northwestern Sunday night before coming back home on Wednesday to take on Purdue. We'll get you caught up on Wisconsin hoops. We'll also hear from one of the new faces to the roster, Matt Ferris, and we'll also take a look back at a dramatic Outback Bowl win for the Badger football team as Barry Alvarez and company in overtime outlasting Auburn 34-31. It's all coming up on the Badger Sports Report.
Sam Decker back to Trey, back to Nigel, out to Sam, right side, 3 is good.
And that's the kind of threes that Sam needs to shoot. When the ball comes from inside back out, no one near him, step in.
Now to Kaminsky, to Bronson again. Left circle, high on the left. Jackson steps in, little room, 3 is good. Top of the key, Trey Jackson lulls the defender to sleep, raises up and knocks it home. The crossover dribble. Gives to Kaminsky high on the right with 14 on the shot clock. Behind the back dribble, this is Kaminsky spinning on Moore to the paint with the right hand. Oh my!
I said it before the game to our team, and it's something really mean. Every game's got to be treated like a championship game because, you know, one of our goals the last 3 years I've been here is to win a Big Ten title, and we haven't done that yet. So we got to approach every single game like it's a championship game because to be champions, we got to play like champions every game.
Down the lane, right hand, slam dunk, Sam Decker. And that's the record. Frank Kaminsky, 43 points. Nigel, up he goes, and he throws it down. Sam's off at 3, left of the circle, book it. High screen Kaminsky, trade driving left lane line, to the rim, scoops it up and into the right hand. Bo Ryan and the Wisconsin Badgers have punched their ticket to Texas. They're going to the Final Four.
The Badger Sports Report with Bo Ryan is brought to you by Charter Communications, by the Dairy Farm Families of Wisconsin, the Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board, by Zimbrick Buick GMC, by Adidas, and by UW Health, a cornerstone partner of Wisconsin athletics.
Most people don't know that UW Health and the University of Wisconsin are national leaders in the field of kidney transplant. They provide new life for those who will likely die without a transplant, and they assure a normal life for those who donate. I would know. I donated a kidney, and together we saved a life.
UW Health. Remarkable.
When you have the fastest internet speeds, you can find anything almost instantly, which is a powerful thing. Because sometimes it's not so much what you're looking for, but how fast you can find it that makes all the difference. Get the most advanced fiber network. Charter Spectrum. Where will it take you?
Wisconsin cheese, making good food great.
Introducing the starting lineup at Zimbrick GMC. No matter what the season, you'll always get a great deal at Zimbrick GMC. Get the Zimbrick GMC today and score big savings. Zimbrick GMC is a proud partner of Wisconsin athletics. I'm part of the Zimbrick GMC team, and you should be too. Visit Zimbrick GMC today.
Facing up on Moore, the jab step. Now going paint side, goes up with the left hand, little hesitation, then spin right around him.
Badgers will continue Big Ten play Sunday night down at Evanston against Northwestern, then coming back home for a Wednesday night matchup at the Kohl Center against the Purdue Boilermakers. But let's recap the week that was Sunday night. Last Sunday night, the Badgers concluding the non-conference portion of the season with a nice win against a Buffalo team that's probably going to be pretty good in the Mid-American Conference. And then on New Year's Eve, Badgers breaking in the new year in a good way. Boy, the ball was going in the basket for both teams. You've always talked about that. Offenses look good when the ball's going through the hole, and really both teams were able to say that.
Yeah, we did have to replace the nets. Hopefully, if we have to replace them after every game from our shooting, not the other team's shooting, then. But yeah, Penn State couldn't miss early, and we shot it extremely well in the second half. Anytime you can shoot 70%, I would say that's pretty decent. So, yeah, in the Buffalo game, when things weren't going well, we hung in there defensively, and I really think they're going to be a factor in that portion of their, what's it called, the MAC East, the MAC East, and it's hard to keep track of all the teams and what league they're in anymore. But yeah, I think they'll be a real factor in that side of the bracket.
And as we talked, the non-conference schedule was awfully challenging, to say the least. Again, you saw a little bit of everything, and maybe that helps you in a game against a team like Penn State. I know there's some younger talent there, but also some guys who've been around, DJ Newbill among others. But here you go. I mean, it's just boom, one right after the other. Teams in the league, and again, in a year where the league will probably be pretty decent once again, you'd say.
Oh, sure, because now it's the familiarity factor. And, Newbill, fortunately for us, got a lot of those points. He scored the last 11 after we were up like 15 to 18 points. So, he's such a good offensive player. But our damage was already done to them by getting that cushion, and then we were able to hold them off. And we held the other guys pretty much in check. So we still have to play them again. So we'll keep trying to figure out ways to keep him under control. But that was a team that was playing so well. You come in from the non-conference with only one loss, and they won on the road. So Penn State's going to do some damage in the league for sure this year.
There are the television highlights, and then there are the teaching clips that I know you like to go over with your guys after every game. But I still have to ask you, Frank Kaminsky, you see him every day. But for those who see him only on a game day, a play against Penn State where he goes behind the back in the lane and a spin there might be some other 7-footers who can do that, but I'm guessing there aren't many. I mean, this guy, he's just a very, very skilled player, and that was pretty highlight-worthy play. Would you agree?
It sure was. As a matter of fact, I even expressed myself when I said, boy, he's pretty good. And I think maybe one of the refs heard me as they went by, but he's keeps working at his game. Frank's not finished yet. He's going to continue to develop every phase, and it isn't as if he has a real weakness. What he's going to do is he's just going to try to make it even better strengths as far as what he can do. There's such a thing as being pretty good at something, and then there's something to be said for people who are really good. And what he's trying to do is be really good so he can help this team.
I should bring up here the tip of the cap to the fans. We have done that from time to time, but you can't do it too much. A Sunday night game during the holiday season, you look up, don't see empty chairs. And then New Year's Eve, it's a work day. Noontime tip, New Year's Eve, Big Ten opener. The fans like watching your guys play. They'll find a way to get here, won't they?
I was so impressed during the national anthem to look up and see the third tier full with people, and it just shows how much support that the fans and the people here, the students that were still hanging around in town that hadn't gone home for the break, but just how those seats were gobbled up, and to have that kind of support. I know our players appreciate it, but I'm glad you mentioned something about that, because that really tells our players something, and we can use all the energy that's in the building every game, believe me.
And on the road, there are times we can see always see some red when you go on the road, red in favor of the Badgers. And you go down to Northwestern, and amongst the purple, there's some pretty good red, some Badger representations. Another Sunday night game. And I guess any help again would be appreciated, because it looks like Coach Collins has always talk again, nice young talent, but some veteran players. A pretty good little blend they have going right now.
Yeah,
right?
the combination of experience and talented youth can make a difference. You remember what a couple freshmen did for us last year, coming in off
Helped
the
you a
bench.
little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, he's in his hometown, is where he went to high school, and he's real familiar with the area, the program, and what he wants to accomplish. So he's pretty comfortable in his teaching and how his players are playing and how they've improved. So we know we're going into a really tough environment, and hopefully our guys will just keep working at the things we have control over.
All right.
Because that's all we can do.
Absolutely. That's Big Ten game number 2 for the Badgers as they take on the Northwestern Wildcats Sunday night at 7:30 Central Time, and then it's back home on Wednesday at the Kohl Center for a 6 o'clock tip against the Purdue Boilermakers. Coach Ryan returns in a few minutes as we continue with the Badgers Sports Report.
It's 2050. I'm one of 9 billion people on the planet. Like most, I live in a city. Our air and water are clean, and there's plenty of fresh food for everyone. My parents are getting old, but staying healthy. Good thing, because my kids will probably live to be 100. Can you imagine?
The University of Wisconsin-Madison, preparing minds to meet the challenges of the future before they become the challenges of today. Keep on, Wisconsin. Keep on.
We're down to 20 seconds remaining. Vito gives it up to Matt Ferris. Shot clock is dark. Now Ferris will drive it down the lane, goes up and in. First collegiate points for Matt Ferris. 10 seconds left, 86-43 Wisconsin.
Matt, knowing that you were coming in here this year, when you watched last year's team and the run that they went on, what was going through your mind when you were watching that March run that they went on and into April?
Yeah, I think every Wisconsin sports fan would agree. It was just it was awesome to keep up with the team, watch the guys, and I think everybody in the nation really agreed that Wisconsin was the team to pull for. And to think like that next year I'd be on the team with these guys and working towards the same goal as them, it just made watching it even more personally special for me, and just kind of upped its appeal to me. And I was keeping up with every game, every stat, every second of the way.
Knowing that there's a lot of folks that want to get back to that point and further, how much have they pushed you to push them out here in practice, on the floor?
Yeah, that was the first thing I noticed. First practice was just how, in high school you could kind of coast through a little bit, as much as you hate to say it, but here they're going 150% every single play, whether it's a passing drill or if it's live scrimmaging. So that was really something you either pick up, you either go at the same speed as them, or you really lag behind, and everybody was really supportive to pick up, and because it's a lot different of a pace between high school and college, and the guys were really helpful in that transition.
So there's pace to talk about, but also kind of Coach Ryan's expectations. You've been in it for 6 months or whatever, but was that a pretty big adjustment for you as well?
Yeah, he expects you to not take a single play off, play team basketball, always make the extra pass, and that's just an expectation. It's not something out of the ordinary, and I think that's what really makes this team different than many of the other top elite teams in the country.
So you guys, you've been here since June. Season starts in October. But you're practicing before that. Was it nice to kind of have those couple of months before school really jumps in? You got a full load of credits, that type of thing?
Yeah, definitely. It gave me a really good head start to the academic career, especially because you only had 2 classes, 6 credits. You could really just focus on those and get good grades in those, and also helped with getting to know the guys. It wasn't like you were going in cold. You got to hang out with the guys on the weekend and kind of see what this big campus is all about. And I think it definitely helped, because when you came here in the fall, there's no surprises, nothing thrown your way.
What is the biggest change for you from high school to here at UW?
I think everybody would agree it's time management, especially being an athlete. It's tough enough to go through college classes as a college student. When you throw in about 4 hours of practice every day, it's really about cherishing your time, using your time for recovering your body when you can, your time for homework and studying and tests. You just really have to have a good sense of planning your day and finding when you can and when you can't relax for a little bit.
In high school, you're a three-sport athlete. What was it about basketball that made you say, I want to focus here in college?
You know, growing up, we played a lot of basketball. That was kind of the thing we did. I never really started football competitively until 8th grade. I just always liked throwing the ball around a little bit. Baseball's always been just kind of my hobby. It's kind of like the third sport thrown in there. But basketball, the fact that it's such a team sport, and something amazing can happen every single second. That's kind of what sets it apart to me from the other two.
So 8 touchdown passes in a game, 50 in a season. That the stats alone didn't pull you that way.
No. That football season was a lot of fun, and but ultimately basketball was my first love, and no regrets for me.
Despite the fact that they're 3 different sports, college basketball is a year-round event. So did that kind of keep you? You're busy, always doing something. It wasn't necessarily basketball, but did that kind of get you ready for this round-the-clock type of grind that this sport is?
Yeah, definitely. I would say, in high school, I didn't really have many nights where I could just go home after school and do my homework. I was always running from practice to lifting to who knows what, but I think that definitely helped out with adjusting to the college life and to year-round practice, because that's something that I've been doing since I was who knows how young.
So the last game against Nichols, 20 seconds left in the game, you drive and you score your first bucket. How big was that for you?
It was awesome. It really was. This was something that I'd been dreaming about since I was a little kid, and to have the opportunity that I was offered, I couldn't be more grateful.
We'll be making a traditional octopus salad, drizzled with some olive oil and topped with a dash of salt and pepper.
It's funny how seeing a clearer picture can lead you to see the bigger one. Get the most HD channels and the fastest internet on the most advanced fiber network. Charter Spectrum. Where will it take you?
Some call it a miracle. Others call it science. But for those who've needed a kidney transplant like Kelly Krager, they simply call it a new lease on life. For nearly 5 decades, UW Health and the University of Wisconsin have been national leaders in the field of kidney transplant, providing a new life for recipients and assuring a normal life for living donors. Miracle? Science? Maybe it's a little bit of both. UW Health. Remarkable.
Introducing the starting lineup at Zimbrick GMC.
Whether you use your truck for work or play, GMC's full line of trucks, crossovers, and SUVs will handle it with style. Built with your comfort in mind and all the power you'll need to get the job done right.
No matter what the season, you'll always get a great deal at Zimbrick GMC. Zimbrick GMC is a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Visit Zimbrick GMC today.
The Learfield Sports Directors Cup is the officially sanctioned annual award recognizing all-around excellence in men's and women's collegiate competition. NACDA and USA Today co-founded this esteemed honor in 1993, still widely recognized as the crowning achievement in college athletics.
Like for them now to walk off the field with that W after a rough, turbulent month.
You know what? These guys have won a lot of football games, but they haven't won a lot of bowl games.
You better watch out.
It was a very entertaining Outback Bowl on New Year's Day in Tampa, Florida. Melvin Gordon, en route to winning the Most Valuable Player honors, rushed for 251 yards as the Badgers defeated the Auburn Tigers 34-31. It's been quite an interesting last month, you could say, for Wisconsin football, but it all had a very good conclusion at Raymond James Stadium, led by Barry Alvarez, who not only watched his team defeat the Tigers, showed off some impressive dance moves after the game.
And now Gordon will motion to the right. Loops back into the backfield. Play fake. Stabby rolls off to his right. Throws caught by Clement. Clement to the end zone. Touchdown, Wisconsin. Joel Stabby to Corey Clement. Badgers first on the board in Tampa. Eric Watt, Melvin Gordon in the I formation. Stabby on second down. Handoff Gordon. He's inside the 20, inside the 15. Gordon to the 10. Gordon to the 5. Gordon to the end zone. Touchdown, Wisconsin. Oh, a big boy, Barry Alvarez kind of drive as the Badgers take the third quarter kickoff and march it 75 yards for the score. Play clock is at 6. Here's the snap. Handoff Gordon. First down and more to the 50. Gordon 45. Chase left 40. Gordon to the 30. 25 outside the numbers 20. Gordon the 10 to the 5 to the end zone. They will say touchdown, Wisconsin. Melvin Gordon to the end zone. And the Badgers take the lead. Here's the handoff to Gordon over the left side. Melvin inside the 5. Churning those legs down toward the goal line. Touchdown, Wisconsin. Melvin Gordon for the third time today. 29-yard try, left hash mark. 11 seconds left. Badgers down 3. Lions are down. Snap, spot. Kick is in the air, and the kick is good, and this game is tied with 7 seconds left. Snap, spot, kick in the air, and it is no good! No good! And the Wisconsin Badgers are the Outback Bowl champions!
That product we put on the field against Ohio State wasn't us. And we want to come out here and show the world that, we're better than that. And, we came out here and we did our thing today against Auburn.
Very happy also for the fans of Wisconsin. We've had a dry spell in bowl games, and we went a while there where we won every year. But maybe we can get that ball rolling that way now.
And it feels good to leave out as winners and have our seniors leave out as winners as well.
I thought Dave did a very nice job, and I think our kids executed. I always like to play better, but since this is my last game, I think it's one of the greatest defensive efforts ever performed by a Wisconsin team.
Introducing the starting lineup at Zimbrick GMC. No matter what the season, you'll always get a great deal at Zimbrick GMC. Get the Zimbrick GMC today and score big savings. Zimbrick GMC is a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. I'm part of the Zimbrick GMC team, and you should be too. Visit Zimbrick GMC today.
When you have the fastest internet speeds, you can find anything almost instantly, which is a powerful thing. Because sometimes it's not so much what you're looking for, but how fast you can find it that makes all the difference. Get the most advanced fiber network. Charter Spectrum. Where will it take you?
Most people don't know that UW Health and the University of Wisconsin are national leaders in the field of kidney transplant. They provide new life for those who will likely die without a transplant, and they assure a normal life for those who donate. I would know. I donated a kidney, and together, we saved a life.
UW Health. Remarkable.
Whether you're out there training for a big event or you're just trying to stay in shape, I have a bit of advice. It's important to remember that what happens after the workout is just as important as what happens during the workout. My advice? Be sure to refuel with low-fat chocolate milk. It has the perfect mixture of protein, carbs, and electrolytes to help you refuel, rehydrate, and build muscle. In Wisconsin, athletes win with low-fat chocolate milk. And you can too. To learn more, visit winwithchocolatemilk.com.
The Badger Sports Report with Bo Ryan is brought to you by Charter Communications, by the Dairy Farm Families of Wisconsin, the Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board, by Zimbrick Buick GMC, by Adidas, and by UW Health, a cornerstone partner of Wisconsin Athletics.
Time for the Great Dane Great Question of the Week, and it comes from Mike from Milwaukee, who is apparently well-versed in Wisconsin coaching history, aware that as we record this program, Walter Meanwell still has the Wisconsin record for Big Ten wins, but the current head coach is on the brink of setting that record. And when, I'll keep the if in there for you, if/when that happens, what would that mean to you, Coach, if you get there?
Well, I'd be happy to be in the same sentence with Doc Meanwell. I mean, I know he was a great coach. I've had a chance to meet some of his relatives over the years in the Cooper family. And I think just everything I've heard about him, first-class gentleman, very good coach, very good teacher. So to have your name associated with someone like him would be a great honor, and the fact that we've been able to survive and advance each year and been able to spend some really good quality time here working with these young men. So if something like that happens, that'd be great. And like I said, it would be a tremendous honor to be in the same sentence with Doc Meanwell.
Very good, very good. Mike, we appreciate your question. The Great Dane with multiple locations in the state of Wisconsin. Of course, there is a Great Dane up in Wausau, as well as 4 in the city of Madison on the east side of town, downtown. Actually, a Great Dane Fitchburg, as well as a Great Dane Hilldale. That's the site of Coach Ryan's radio show most Monday nights during the Wisconsin basketball season. Northwestern, the opponent, on Sunday night in Evanston, 7:30 tip Central Time, and then the next home game coming up on Wednesday, a 6 o'clock tip here at the Kohl Center as the Badgers take on the Purdue Boilermakers. We'll talk to you next week. Thanks for watching.
Wisconsin cheese, making good food great.
The Learfield Sports Directors Cup is the officially sanctioned annual award recognizing all-around excellence in men's and women's collegiate competition. NACDA and USA Today co-founded this esteemed honor in 1993, still widely recognized as the crowning achievement in college athletics.
It's 2050. I'm one of 9 billion people on the planet. Like most, I live in a city. Our air and water are clean, and there's plenty of fresh food for everyone. My parents are getting old, but staying healthy. Good thing, because my kids will probably live to be 100. Can you imagine?
The University of Wisconsin-Madison, preparing minds to meet the challenges of the future before they become the challenges of today. Keep on, Wisconsin. Keep on.